What is up, Earthnoids, Spacenoids, and Jovians? I am just a simple new type, and in this episode, we're returning to Universal Century 133 in Mobile Suit Crossbone Gundam. Last time, Tobiah learned that the Jovians have been transporting poison gas from the Earth sphere. He met with Kincaid and the newly reformed Crossbone Vanguard, led by Bararona. This time, Tobiah and Kincaid sneak into the Jupiter Earth sphere and learn of Crux Dogati's location. She will also meet up with another Crossbone Vanguard ship. So let's get into this. Tobiah and Kincaid pretend to be space pirate prisoners. They send out a distress signal as the Crossbone Gundams chase after. He is picked up by a man called Burns. They take him back to interrogate him. His ID checks out, but they can't identify Kincaid, who has fake wounds all over his body. As Burns leaves, Kincaid jumps up and takes out the guard. We cut back to the past where Bera is ditching some Jovian prisoners. She doesn't kill them, but she makes them walk the space plank, which is on Jovian route, so they will get picked up. She says at least 8 or 9 of these 13 people will survive. Tobiah wonders why not try to infiltrate the Jovian base pretending to be an abandoned prisoner. Bera says that they tried that, and you don't want to know what happened to those now former team members. Kincaid is getting a number tattooed on his hand and has all his fingerprints changed. He says, "Yeah, man, I got it from that dead guy over there." Tobiah says that even though they try not to kill, it is still inevitable in war. If it is inevitable, then why not simply kill? Zabine says that he agrees with what he is thinking. He wants to kill, but will follow Bera's orders. Tobiah never said anything out loud and wonders how he was able to know this. He thinks ending lives will make the war shorter and thus reduce casualties in the long run. Zabine comes off a little strong with Tobiah and freaks him out. He says he is uncertain and runs away. He runs into Bernadette, which is the girl they saved whose name I forgot to mention last time. She is worried about him, and he seems to be into her being worried about him. Oh wow, she cares about me? Man, I like this feeling. That is when Kincaid butts in. Anytime Tobiah tries to make some moves, Kincaid comes in bringing top-notch cringe energy. The old man on board, Uman Saman, says that Tobiah possesses the qualities of a new type. He is a one-year war veteran and claims he is a new type as well. Back during the one-year war, he took down 6 Doms all by himself. Tobiah says, "Cool, man," sarcastically, not knowing if he is telling the truth or telling an old man story that most likely doesn't exist. Uman says that once you have 2 to 3 near-death experiences, that is when you unlock your potential. Tobiah says, "I don't want to experience that." Bernadette gives Tobiah her necklace, telling him that he has to return safely. Zabine tells Kincaid to not worry about him around Bera and that he could trust him. That makes you sound even more sketchy, dude. Their mission is to find the location of their leader, Crux Dogati. They plan on infiltrating through a hospital. They wield the dead body they had while pretending to be Jovians. Tobiah remembers being told that the thing Jovians value the most is water, as they don't have a lot of it. A little kid comes up to Tobiah. He gives the kid a tank of water, which of course gets him caught. Kincaid continues to play the role of a Jovian quite well as he begins beating up Tobiah for wasting their great leader's water supply. He takes full responsibility and gets the other Jovians off their back. Kincaid picks up a beaten Tobiah, saying, "So, what did we learn about not following the plan?" They make it to the residential block, where Tobiah is surprised to find that they have no artificial gravity. In space, there is no up or down. The further away from the Earth sphere you get, the less important people make of the concept of up and down, and they utilize the space accordingly. They are suddenly surrounded by security mobile suits. A security mobile suit is a small, petite mobile designed with small interventions in mind. It only has 2 machine guns and are fairly useless. They have been discovered. The security mobile suits begin firing towards the 2, even attacking their fellow Jovians. They wonder why they would fire on their own people. They run away and stumble onto another colony block, where they find that the other Jovians that they abandoned in space were picked up. However, they learn that Jovians have a strict rule about never leaving your mobile suit, and it is so extreme that they consider this treason. All the Jovians captured by Crossbone Vanguard are sentenced to death. Earlier, when the 2 were sneaking around the medical block, there was a kid that is wearing what looks like a Court of Owls mask from Batman. He seems to be paralyzed, yet is able to walk. The mysterious man says he is going to take down the space pirates. Tobiah is having a panic attack. He can't believe that they would do this to their own troops. Kincaid says it is to help the people stand up against the tyranny from within. Tobiah realizes that they knew that the Jovians killed their own men when they abandoned them. He says he merely had a suspicion. It's a gray zone that he doesn't bring up to Bera. It seems that he too is skirting around Bera's desires not to kill. Even in war, it is inevitable. He tells Tobiah of how Bera was raised as a working-class girl and always thinks of the little person and tends to ignore the bigger picture. Is now a good time for a flashback? He doesn't know if it is self-righteousness or merely hypocritical thinking. He doesn't even care if he goes to hell for his actions. He has already made up his mind that he will do anything to protect her. He uses one of the greatest inventions of the 90s to track Crux Dogati, a floppy disk. They hop on the shuttle while tracking the Jupiter leader. That is when they are met up with the Court of Owls guy. He knows Tobiah's name. The man chokes Tobiah with some sort of garrote wire. Kincaid throws some kunais. It hits the man's mask, revealing that it is Professor Karis. Kincaid can't get another hit on him while he is holding Tobiah, but Tobiah headbutts the Jovian. It catches him off guard and Kincaid moves in for the attack. Karis spots the pendant that Bernadette gave him and wonders where he got it. He throws a grenade as the two of them get out of there. Tobiah makes this face. The little girl Tobiah gave water to and her mother help the two flee. They have a secret hideout in what looks like a cafe. They tell Tobiah that not every Jovian approves of the Empire's methods. It has been 7 hours since they left on their mission. That is when they notice an explosion coming from the hangar. The Mother Vanguard and Zabine move in to help him out. Kincaid and Tobiah steal themselves 2 Batalas and they make their escape. But that is when Lieutenant Burns tries to stop them. Tobiah tries to tell Burns that he is working for a fascist, but Burns takes out his anger on the loss of his son on Tobiah. He calls him privileged, taking water and air for granted. They sacrifice so much to achieve what little they have out there. That is when Zabine and Uman come in to help. He takes out Burns' arms and legs, and Crossbone Vanguard makes their retreat. Burns yells out to Tobiah, "There is no room for compromise." They return to the Mother Vanguard where Bera gives Kincaid kisses. Tobiah walks the other way to not ruin the vibe. Kincaid has been constantly running your vibe. Run it back. They run into Crossbone Vanguard ship number 2, the Little Grey. The Little Grey is a second-generation Vanguard fleet ship like the Mother Vanguard, albeit smaller, with less armaments, and no beam shield. Unlike the Mother, this lacks the Minovsky drives, and takes 3 months to get to Earth, similar to the Jupitrus and the Smashin. It is not explicitly designed as a cargo ship, but more or less, that is its primary purpose in this story. It is equipped with megaparticle cannons, anti-aircraft guns, and missile launchers. These are the same armaments as the Mother. It has less, but how many exactly is unknown. The captain of this ship is Captain Omno, because of Kincaid and Tobiah. They learn that Crux is certainly in a mining base located on Io, one of Jupiter's moons. There are currently 282 people strong, but if they send word to others, they can take down the Jupiter Empire. Meanwhile, Bera makes some bread. Her stepfather and her were bakers on Frontier 4 before the events of F91. She still seems to love the craft. Omno wasn't able to bring more parts for the Zondo Gaze, as they are starting to get on the older side. Also, Omno has a parrot named Haro. They also don't have much to work with, and their Batalas are actually stolen mobile suits from the Jupiter fleet. They also got their hands on some Pez Batalas. Tobiah returns Bernadette's necklace. She tells him that it once belonged to her mother. She is from Earth, and one day she wants to visit their home planet. Bera wants Bernadette and Tobiah to take the Little Grey back to Earth. She thinks that he shouldn't involve himself any further as things are about to get dangerous, but he insists that he stays on board to see how things play out. Bernadette is returning to Earth, as this is what she wanted. Later, Omno tries to cheer up Bernadette, but she is nowhere to be found. She snuck back on board the Mother Vanguard. The Mother Vanguard drops into Io's atmosphere. Io has a very thin atmosphere and made mainly of sulfur dioxide. A Jovian base fires a barrage of missiles towards the Mother. 8 battleships retaliate and close in. Along with Congrejos, they also have Erebados and Batalas riding Theosteeds. The EMS-07 Erebado is a high-performance mobile suit designed to be Crux Dogati's Royal Guard unit. The base tech is derived from the Batala, but has several shelf nozzles added to the back. Like Crossbone Gundam, they too have long, flexible thrusters designed for low Jupiter orbit. The left claw arm is designed to be able to smash through the Zondo Gay. The head is designed to hold extra sensors. Also,
I think Ridley Scott's gonna sue somebody.
What are you talking about?
the claw also has a machine gun. Other weapons include a beam saber and a beam rifle. The EMA-02 Thostidi? I don't know. Serves 2 roles. It acts as a sublight system that can withstand Io's environment, and it also functions as an assault vehicle. Its only weapon is the twin beam gun. The Mother Vanguard moves into the shadows of Io as Kincaid and the others launch. The Erebado tears through Zondo Gaze. Zabine is in X2 and Tobiah is piloting a Pez Batala. Grandpa Unman, Jared, Harita, and Yonai are all rocking Batalas. As they break through the enemy lines, they are met with Vagons. The EMS-09 Vagon is designed to be a ground unit and withstand the environments of Io and Earth. Like many Jupiter mobile suits, it is built off of the Batala. Its legs can retract into its body, and when the wheels are out, they spin really fast and look like Axel from Twisted Metal. It only has a beam rifle. They almost kill Yonai, but Tobias saves her. Kincaid throws his beam Zamber right into a Vagon's head. He then uses the scissor anchor, which can grapple onto objects, and he could swing around. They assume the Vagons are designed to be for Earth invasion. They wonder why Jovians stopped attacking. Suddenly, lava erupts from the planet. Io has over 400 volcanoes and a temperature of 1,000 degrees Celsius. This is an incredibly hostile environment. Crossbone Vanguard dodges the molten rocks flying everywhere. That is when they are met with the mobile armor Elefante. The EMA-04 Elefante is a prototype mobile armor and is equipped with a single beam cannon called the Flexible Beam Cannon. This gives the cannon a full range of motion. It resembles an elephant's trunk. Along with this, it could also utilize bits via its Psychomu system. This Psychomu is strong enough to jack other mobile armors. It also has a strong eye-field barrier generator, but it is still an eye-field, and shell weapons can penetrate it. The Elefante launches its bits on Crossbone Vanguard. And that will do it for this episode. We are starting to learn the extreme nature that is the Jupiter Empire. Tobiah is committed to learning more about the Jupiter Empire and has no intentions of going back to Earth. Oh my god, a 3-month trip back to Earth? Imagine the jet lag. Next time, the gang will fight against the Elefante. We will learn Bernadette's real name. And Zabine does exactly what you expect him to do since he showed up in this manga. But that will do it for now, new types. Remember to have the right normal suit on when going to Io. Peace.